looking for Dave, and why?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
And 3,
2,
1.
number 1. Here we are.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
I'm in my global location.
Man, look at you. I know. I'm gonna call that out. If you're just checking this out without video, man, it's Juan Semino wearing a vest.
Wearing a vest.
On location.
Yeah, that's right.
On location. Oh, by the way, hi everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Yes. Thank you kindly. So Juan sitting
looks
like a scene from The Birds.
Yeah, man. That's
that-
my real job, work office.
It was a little startling. I got to be honest. When you popped on the screen, I was thinking, "Oh dear Lord, something's dive bombing Juan."
I'm fairly lazy when it comes to office space. Although the map is mine. Figured it was time I learned a little bit about geography.
There you go.
But apparently birds have had a tendency to fly into that window behind me.
That one right behind you.
One right behind me, launching themselves into, certain death. And somebody thought it was a good idea that they made little cutout birds and stuck them on the window.
And
I'm assuming it helps. I've been here for 2 months now and no dead birds.
no dead.
So
There you go.
So yeah. But if you want a little perspective by you folks, if you see the cars passing behind me right there, that's Highway 1. So if I go out and take a left, I'd hit Pankerville.
There you go. And for those of you just listening to the audio, you're just missing it, man. You're missing it.
Yeah.
Good deal. Yeah. So we're doing this. Nobody cares, but you got daylight behind you. We don't normally do these things during the daytime, but Juan's got a chocolate.
That's right. I got a dinner with people from Hershey's tonight.
He's got the chocolate cartel in town.
Yeah.
I'm assuming lots of chocolate fountains and.
I have no clue, man. Though we're going to an Italian restaurant, but so I work for a wholesale distributor for convenience stores, and obviously we sell a lot of candy, and therefore a lot of Hershey's,
and probably a lot more since you got there.
Yeah, well, that's just what we sell in the vending machine downstairs.
Oh, I can only imagine the needles moving now that Juan Semino.
The only thing in my trash can is Dr. Pepper and M&Ms.
Okay, so that's a regular Dr. Pepper.
They don't have freaking
What
Diet
you
Dr.
doing,
Pepper.
man?
They don't have Diet Dr. Pepper in
What
the
you
vending
doing
machine,
drinking
dude.
a regular Dr. You want the diabetes? Come on,
yeah,
bro.
well, it's just my one a day.
That's
my 4:00 treat.
Dr. Pepper and a thing of M&Ms. There you go.
But so we digress, which is shocking.
Mhm.
So Hershey's has this big training program loaded into a trailer of an expandable trailer of an 18-wheeler.
Okay.
So all day tomorrow, they will be doing, I don't know, some kind of training here for the sales team out in a truck that came all the way from, I'm assuming Hershey, Pennsylvania, somewhere in Pennsylvania.
So they're going to train your people.
I think they talk about, I think it's as much about, they're not training me. I'm going to the meeting, but they do training for the sales reps.
We know that. Even
I'm untrainable.
Even if they were attempting to, they ain't training.
They'd give them about 5 minutes, and
you that dog chasing its tail in the corner. You ain't training that dog. I'm sorry.
They'll tonight at dinner they'll figure out that.
There you go.
I'm not trainable,
Right.
but I'll be there eating chocolate.
Yeah, buddy.
For as long as they serve it to me. So there you go.
Well, that's great. That's be on your best behavior tonight, of course, and We'll wait for the report back from the Hershey people. Let's see.
We'll try it. I'll get you some samples.
What do you think's the over and under? How big you think these people folks going to be? Be planning on some more some.
I'll take some pictures.
You know what I'm saying? If you just asked me to envision, okay, what do the Hershey? It's going to go one way or the other, right? One way or the other. It's either going to be a bunch of people that they realize, okay, listen, we sell stuff that makes people get fat and die. I mean, they die happy. It's delicious, right? I mean, just what it is, right? I mean, and ain't nothing a big diabetes person wants more than chocolate. Trust me, I'm right. I know. So you'd think they're either going to go out and hire a sales team that looks like a bunch of CrossFit athletes,
right,
to basically say, hey, be like at McDonald's, right? If you showed up at McDonald's training, they
no, right, yeah, anything in moderation, man. Moderately fat,
or they're going to roll up and you're going to say, oh yeah, that's the Hershey people right there.
I never eat this. I'm eating it now.
I'll look forward to that. Well, good, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
We'll
so who's buying dinner? You
not me. Them.
Oh, no, not you.
No, them.
That's the fun thing about when you're working at a company, man. I mean, they get do you have a company credit card?
No.
Oh, dude. Okay.
You do.
I do, but I got to pay the bill. You know, I mean, everybody, it's so fun. Everybody says, oh man, you can write that off. Yeah, no, you really can't. I mean, they changed. I don't know how things worked back in the day. I mean, I guess I did know a little bit how things worked back in the day, but
this ain't the day.
This ain't the day. They figured that stuff out along the way. It's like, oh man, I miss those days. Did I ever tell the story about the time I ended up at Flanagan's with the company credit card?
I don't know. No.
Oh man. So I'm going to try to give you I don't think it's possible to do an abbreviated version, but I'll do it. And there's a handful of people out there, I promise you, are just like leaning forward now. I was there that night. So I'm working for this company and it kind of going sour. So I kind of figured I was not going to be there much longer. Just wasn't one of those things. And
you were going to at least, entice the probability of that happening.
Here's the deal. So I forget how this worked out. But it wasn't like we all had credit cards because I didn't actually have a credit card. But the guy, I'll give a shout out. It was Ernest. My man Ernest he was more senior in the company. He had a credit card. He had one of the company American Express cards. And I don't know why they had sent me on some kind of stupid, I was just being a grunt that day. They had me running around doing stuff. And I don't know why I thought I needed the credit card for something, maybe to get gas. I don't even know why I had the credit card, but I did. And I ended up in Thibodeau and annoyed for something. And I was just like, you know what? I think that place, I think they owe me a dinner. And then, you know what? They don't owe me a dinner. They owe me some drinks. They probably owe some friends of mine drinks. Now I'm in Thibodeau. I don't know. I forgot. I had, one of my best friends lived there, called him up out there, left a message for him on the machine. I just basically said, man, I'm at Flanagan's. I got the company credit card.
It's going down.
I had met a couple of guys, literally friends of friends, a few weeks before, who I know lived in the dorm, lived in like Long Hall or something. I'm at Flanagan's. I call the dorm. I think the guy, I don't even know who I asked for, if it was Ted or whoever it was. And that's a great thing about back in the day with the dorms, right? I'm looking for a guy named Ted, and I describe him.
I had to call a switchboard. Somebody can
describe him. No, they got me to the dorm, and they got, yeah, that's hang on, he lives on the whatever floor, and he gave them a call. I called this guy. I said, man, I'm in Thibodeau. I'm at Flanagan's. I got a company credit card. You can get over here if you want and bring as many people as you want. Dude starts calling people coming down. Man, next thing you know, I got.
That's right.
20.
It's pay no price.
Man, that was a fun night. That's a fun night. And I don't know if I'm not going to give the dollar.
Did you make it until that receipt? Had to submit that receipt, or were you going before then?
Here's the deal. This is a true story, man. All of this is true. So I got the bill, and the bill was probably, I guess, about a week or better than a week's salary for me. it was what they'll pay. It won't pay me nothing. But anyway, it was for back in this was like 1991. I mean, a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, several $100 of mostly a bar tab. So I went to the CFO of the company, young guy, my age, and I told him, I said, man, look, before you submit this, some of this was business and some of this was personal. I started trying to make it sound like I was there on business.
Yeah, I was there on business, but I try to take the personal approach to business.
He just smiled at me and said, man, they never look at this. Don't worry about it. Had I known.
Give me a minute. I'll be back.
Had I known. Oh man. But yeah, so that was the first time I ever had a company. So I guess so kids, that's not recommended, by the way.
Right.
It doesn't usually have a happy ending to that story. I figured, oh man, I'm just going to get I guess my next check is just going to be a stub. No.
Yeah. I used to have one, and was on a conference that I had to go to in Chicago at the last minute that, I got looped into going, and the owner of the company was there, and everything. It's when I worked for the restaurant chain. And so I was just going to register for the conference on location. And so he and I had breakfast with somebody else, business breakfast, before I went to register. And he's awkwardly under the table trying to slide me cash. And so finally, when I'm getting ready to leave, or the other guy goes, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Well, I didn't want you to get mad and think, that you had to front the cost of the conference. So I just wanted to make sure you had some money, you had some cash." And I said, "Dude, I have a gold card with your name on it, in my pocket. I'm not paying for nothing."
Give me the cash.
Yeah, I'll take the cash.
I take the cash anyway. I know I miss those days. I had one of my the boss I had when I was in Georgia, super guy, and he's a guy that came up from very, very humble beginnings and became insanely successful. And he just believed in, and he was great this way. Every time he just say, "Man, just be nice to people, pay for stuff, take care." And his thing, we traveled all the time, and you'd get in trouble. You get in more trouble working the job I had and several folks had at that place. You get more in trouble if you were traveling and you ate by yourself.
Oh, wow.
Right? It's not like a buy you thing. By yourself. Don't you eat by yourself?
Buy you in the world.
Well, that was the loneliest buy. He used to say that. He says, why you're in another state. Why are you eating in a hotel room by yourself, or why you eating? Grab a customer, go get a potential customer. So it was almost like stress. You'd show up, but then it became great later on, because it was like the party's coming to town.
Yeah.
You just, all right. I didn't know there was a such thing as a private dining room. I vividly remember. I'm well into adulthood. And we go to a place called, I think it's called the Old Bookbinders. It's in Philadelphia. Guessing it's still there because it had been around since. I don't know. I don't think George Washington ate there, but it was something. No, I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Presidents going back to like every president at the time. And it was one of maybe somewhere in the first 10 presidents had been there, had eaten there. This crazy, and the pictures on the wall were just amazing. I mean, I remember the because they've been doing it forever, but a lot of famous people, a lot of famous Philadelphia people. But then as you walk the different walls, they had people up there like Abbott and Costello.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, Sinatra. Actors and actresses, like, wow, look at them.
Yeah, it's just an iconic place.
And then they brought us to the guy I was with. We had a private room in this place. I had no idea. I remember walking into that room. It was big, nice. It was, you just like, dang. And then one of the owners came out and said hi, and I'm thinking, this wasn't a cheap room. This was behave myself here, man.
Yeah, do you know who I am?
Yeah. That's how Bill goes on that side of the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Send it to that guy. No, he was fun. I got to travel with him a little. I had to tell you that story before. I tell you a story. I was in New York with him once.
I don't think so.
Okay, so I was in New York. So once we had a meeting in New York, and that was, I think I might have, because I think I said, I remember I'm on top of the Chase Manhattan building in New York, in Manhattan at the time. And actually Manhattan is still there, and so is the building.
Yeah.
And we had lunch at the top of this thing, man, this private dining room. That's a sort of a theme now, but meeting with this, and I'm just thinking, man, it's a long way from cutoff, man. I'm just like, wow, this is kind of interesting. And we're kind of joking about it. And then we had time before the flight took off. And this is back when you can actually get to the airport, right? You know, if you pulled up to LaGuardia or wherever we're flying out of, if you pulled up within 30 minutes of your flight, you were going to get on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a little bit of time to kill. So he wanted to go shopping on Fifth Avenue. And all right, I know what he makes, or I think I know. I ain't shopping on Fifth Avenue, but okay, let's go, Chief. And we had a car, and the guy, you can't park, right? There's just nowhere to park, and so we literally, he knew the place he wanted to go. It was some, and he wanted some belt buckle or something. I don't know what he wanted, and he literally had the driver just circle.
Keep on driving. I'll flag you when I'm out.
100%. We, and we were probably in there 30 minutes, and that driver just drove around.
Hey, man, you're getting paid to drive.
Yeah, and it was funny. We walk into this place, and it was when the guy comes over, starts talking to me, and I pointed to my boss and said, "No, that's the guy, right? You want to follow that guy? Yeah, like a puppy follow somebody carrying a sandwich, right there. Yeah. Follow that guy."
I got $2, bro. What you got?
I'm just like, it's not. This ain't for me, man. That's the guy. That's the guy you chase. And he spent. I remember thinking
he was worth the chase.
Well, my wife said that. My wife said, "Man, you got ruined. You got ruined working at that place." I was like, "I'm sorry, honey. They raised my expectations of life. What can you do?"
Yeah, well, at least you didn't ruin her.
So now when I'm wearing Sam's clothes everywhere, at least I know what the other people do.
Right. That's right. You can appreciate the value.
Hey, man. That's a Sam shirt.
That's a Sam shirt.
That's a Sam shirt right here. I bought this yesterday, dude.
Look,
I went
breaking it out.
I went in to buy it.
Because yesterday's the day they on Wednesdays the day they get the shipment.
Yes. I went in there for what I went in there for. I think some eggs and something or other. I forget what I was running into Sam's for, and I was like, let me check out the shirt stack.
Like, good selection.
Yeah, man, it's soft. It's nice and soft. I'm like, oh yeah, man. It's like I like any kind of clothes that feels like pajamas, but it's not pajamas. It's like I can wear this out in public and still, I promise you, I could sleep in this and it's more comfortable than any pajama. But
there you go. So you never took on that whole I wear my pajamas to work craze.
No, don't need to.
Yeah,
just wear clothes.
You buy soft clothes.
Wear clothes. It feels like it. Now, hey, I know we're jumping around and you got some stuff to get to tonight, but this is the first time we're on since the Super Bowl.
Since the Super Bowl. Yep.
So
a little disappointing. Still a good game, though.
I know most of America have been sitting there saying, all these ESPN idiots can be talking about the game, but we usually want to know what Dave and Juan
That's right.
about. It was. We had a good time. We were at the very nice Super Bowl party. I joked with you about this, I think, through text, that I had 100% confidence in Joe Burrow until you posted
Joe's pregame,
the outfit he chose to wear to the game. Hey, I will take a backseat to nobody in my admiration and fanboy of Joe Burrow. I love me some Joe Burrow, but bruh,
I'm gonna guess even if you saw that at Sam's on a Wednesday, you wouldn't pick it up.
Man, that could be $35 at Sam's, and I'd be like, that's a good costume for Halloween, man. Here's the deal. Anybody out there get nervous if your quarterback shows up in the Cam Newton, Cam Newton clothing line? Only thing scarier than that is if Cam Newton's your quarterback. Then
it was unique, man. The hat and
it was horrific. So it wasn't unique. It was horrific. Even Joe Burrow fans are going, dude, you leaned in a little hard.
Some people were here were trying to, I had somebody said, well, what color is it? And I said, it's not purple, because I think they were trying to say, oh, it's tiger stripes.
Yeah, what color that? Yeah, it's the color of losing is what the color that. Now listen, not really, because he actually played. Yeah, he played exceptionally
he did well. They just need offensive line.
But you know what looked bad? What looked bad is having to do the post game you lost interview wearing that. Right? That ain't a I just lost the Super Bowl suit. That's a
no. No, yeah.
So
I saw a video of him today though on the field, basically introducing himself to some of the bigger name Ram players.
Oh no, man.
And
Funny.
it's hey, my name's Joe.
I saw it. I loved it. I like I said, I will take a back seat to nobody. I think I think he's the future. I think if you ask, if right now, all the quarterbacks in the NFL, you get to choose one for the next 5 years.
Yeah,
I think it's out of him and Josh Allen. And because Josh Allen in Buffalo's, that guy's a beast. I mean, that guy's a beast. I take Burrow ahead of Mahomes right now. I flat out do, because I think he's he might not be able to do some of the crazy athletic stuff, but I think he's got a head
he's
for
got
it.
the head. It's all upside for him right now.
Well, except the fact he plays in Cincinnati, and
right. I'm saying if you can do that well with that porous a line,
horrific, right? Terrible. But so to my friends, and I've got quite a few friends in Cincinnati, and they were all excited. I was excited for them. But we'll see, man. Cincinnati has long been known for being the worst. They're just terrible.
The worst franchise.
Worst franchise. They're cheap. And this is not a reflection on Cincinnati, by the way. Cincinnati's, hey, my buddies, I love Cincinnati. It's a fantastic city. Ownership's terrible. They're $50 million under the cap. Like all these other teams that can't get under the cap, Cincinnati is literally $50 million under the cap.
Yeah. On the first podcast, when you talked about, one of the many times that you talked about weenie spaghettis, but it was when we introduced the concept.
That was almost a year ago.
Talking about weenie spaghetti.
We've done thousands of hours of
but
podcasting.
wasn't there a restaurant wasn't it in Cincinnati?
Skyline. It's a chain.
Skyline Chili.
Skyline Chili.
Because somebody in the pregame show talked about Skyline Chili in Cincinnati.
Skyline Chili. I get it. Don't get me wrong. But the story was, right. Somebody brought me there, and it's a chain. It's fine, but then they have, you want chili this way, and they put chili on spaghetti with whatever else you want on it. And like I said, the guy had the chopped hot dog on there. It looked like it's a weenie spaghetti.
Yeah, that's it.
So kind of appropriate. Joe Burrow will be the
the king of the weenie spaghetti.
He's got to be a sponsor for him from somewhere. But so hopefully Cincinnati goes out and spends some money and buys a bunch of big old corn-fed boys.
What'd you think of the halftime show?
I think the halftime show was good. I mean,
I fully expected to hate it.
I didn't really expect to hate it. We'll go back to what I hated. Not about the halftime show. It is what it is. People either thought it was great, it was far better than it was, or they thought it was horrendous. I get it. It wasn't, I guess
I wasn't going out and buy anything after it.
Let's put it this way. I knew the words to one song. Okay. And we all know the song it was because it was Eminem. Because as it was coming on, I remember telling the guys it was pretty loud where I was in this party, but I said, the way they're building this up, Eminem's the star of this halftime show, right? Yeah. They can say what they want because they're bringing him out, right?
Yeah, he was last.
But the staging was fantastic. It's LA. You expect it to be that, but they were all lip syncing. Every single one of them.
That's the whole thing. Nobody sings it anymore.
And not even well. Even well. Eminem wasn't even trying. Oh. Like that's what got me. Of course, I got no doubt. Man, they were high as high can be. But it was fine.
So the guy who I used to work for that slipped me the money under the table, so because he didn't realize I had his credit card. He actually knows and is friends with Snoop Dogg. And posted a picture of himself with Snoop Dogg, pre-gaming Sunday morning. And Snoop Dogg had a big old fat joint in his hand. Which I'm sure was,
he was doing that back even when it was illegal. I think it's legal now in most, not that they were ever going to stop that, but Snoop Dogg is like, he's like Brian Dennehy used to be back in the 80s, man. There was a time where it was apparently written into law that Brian Dennehy had to be in every movie. He was,
Snoop
is on everything now, man.
I think it shows you though, and you call it what you want. I think he's as much of a businessman as he is a musical artist.
Oh,
I think he's an entertainer and will do, put himself wherever
Yeah.
on
So,
you
but
know game shows, so to speak.
all
just
good.
whatever.
Yeah, no, and so give him again. He's one of these guys. He cash in, man. He's akin to the Mannings. They're
Yeah.
just on a money grab. I mean, they don't. Apparently, the Mannings say no to nothing. They say no to nothing. I mean, I don't know what their price grade. I mean, it might be. I mean, I don't know what. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
not. I'm sure that what they're getting is not cheap. But man, they say no to. I'm waiting for like Depends commercials and
Yeah.
they'll do
If
it.
they say no, it's you'd like to see what they said no to.
Right. So, but let's
What
put
was
this.
that criteria?
So all the people and after you say, oh, it's the best halftime show ever, man, pump the brakes. It was I. It
Yeah.
doesn't sniff. It doesn't come near Prince. It doesn't come
No, because
near.
Prince was live. U2 was live.
Hell, it don't come near Lady Gaga. Lady
Yeah,
Gaga
yeah.
shocked us. People, I remember she was here in Houston and we were like all ready not to like Lady Gaga. Go figure. She was pretty good. You know, we already said Bruno Mars. Everybody at the party I was at sort of agreed that the Who, they didn't think the Who was very good back
The
in the
Who
day.
was the Who did the Super Bowl that the Saints were in.
That's what I remember. I mean,
And they were live too because it sounded just god awful terrible.
but at least they were live.
Yeah, you roll the dice.
Rather
I feel
have
like
that.
when Red Hot Chili Peppers didn't even plug in because they said we're not playing live, and we wanted to be clear that we're not even pretending to play.
That's right. Let's go along with the illusion here. Now, but here's the deal. So I've got friends out in LA and they're all excited and happy. And I got nothing against the people of LA, except everybody they showed on TV pregame. I'm joking around. We're in this party, and as they show every celebrity, maskless.
Oh yeah.
Okay. As they show these celebrities, I want LA to lose. Oh man, I do not. These are not people that I want to see happy today. Not that they care, but okay, whatever. Can we agree on this though? Dwayne Johnson got to go away.
Dude, what was he like? We're in the 1970s.
Dwayne Johnson has to go away. He's another one that he's like everywhere. He gets out there and he starts doing whatever that nonsense he was, and everybody was just drinking, eating, waiting for the game to start. And we look up saying, oh, you got to be kidding me. And the sound was on in where we were, but we weren't, it was loud enough.
I still couldn't tell if it was a bit or it was,
he went on forever.
Is this supposed to be serious? Is this supposed to be legit? What did he do?
Was it a scene from a movie? I mean, we were like,
I don't know.
We stopped paying attention and started doing something. Look back. He's still there.
Made yourself a sandwich and
the time between, I just hate the way the coin toss. They didn't have kickoff for like 15 more minutes.
Yeah.
And then they do one of the songs outside the stadium. I love that. They do it. Yeah. They do it outside the stadium and they got the kids wearing masks. I mean, they're just sadists, man. I'm sorry. But anyway, there you go. But anyway, so better luck next time, Joe. Hope there is a next time. Hope there's a next time. And while we're talking about sadists, how about Canada? Who knew? Oh, Canada, the land of Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yep.
John Candy, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, these wonderful Wayne Gretzky, these wonderful happy people.
Brian Adams,
Corey Hart, Martin Short.
What's her name? The Titanic singer chick.
Oh, Celine Dion, Shania Twain. Canada, man, who knew? We couldn't figure out Australia because Australia was like, how did Australia turn into a jail, colony again, prison colony again? Canada, who knew? We got crazy relatives living upstairs and they're just getting their full on.
Now, I heard this today, speaking of Celine Dion and Australia.
We were only tangentially, and I don't even think I said that right. Tangentially.
You said Canada.
I would ask Siri to help me, but a buddy of mine emailed me this morning and said, man, every time you say Siri, it turns me. So I apologize to everybody out there when I say if I've been activating the Siri on your device,
Yeah,
my bad.
So you're listening in your house. I heard that in New Zealand, the government there was trying to break up the protesters.
Yeah, buddy.
By,
I got that written down.
There you go. So you see, segue, man. So they're blaring music from Celine Dion.
Oh no! Oh, I didn't hear Celine Dion.
Yeah.
But they blared the one that I figured me and you would be leading the singing.
That's it. Yeah, Barry Manilow.
That's right. They're trying to disperse a crowd by blasting Barry Manilow at him. I'd be out there just, oh Mandy, you came and you gave. Turn that up, man. Got that bass on that?
Well, one more time. Hit repeat, baby. Hit repeat.
That's right. Last night we said goodbye. Weekend in New England. Let's go.
Hey.
Oh, I mean,
So, yeah,
you ain't chasing me
hilarious.
away with Barry Manilow music.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, it's got to be worse than that. So
Come on. They did, what was the other one they pulled out? I forget, but even
was it not Men Without Hats?
Oh, I'd be rocking to that one.
Somebody else from that era.
That's how you put it back at them to start playing that stuff. And what happened, I think they started blaring the protesters and singing, "We're not going to take it." So you could probably sooner run me out of a crowd by blaring
Twisted Sister
at me than Barry Manilow.
Yeah, throw some Twisted Sister, Quiet Riot. I'm going.
Yeah.
Give me some Barry Manilow. I'm just propping up in a lawn chair.
Yeah, that's right, man. Come on, taking requests. We're just two ships that pass in the night. It's embarrassing how many Barry Manilow songs. I should play that game, dude. It's.
I write the songs.
Make the whole world sing, man. All right, make the young girls cry. All that stuff. Mandy was the
oh gosh, I don't know.
Well, of course, Copa. Come on, man. You got,
Copacabana. Yeah.
You know, this is where you truly start testing people, saying, "All right, Dave and Juan, we can give you about another 10 seconds of Barry Manilow. Suck it up, man. We're doing that." So we got the crazies up there in Canada doing what they're doing. So apparently, you can go in and. Like a dude can say, "Hey, guess what? Nah, man, laws don't count no more. I'm in charge. I got this." And we're going to take something that was totally 100% legal, and now we're making it illegal. And anybody that did that a few days ago, we're not going to go back. And that thing,
arrest you then.
That's supposed to be how it works, right? You're not supposed to be able to make something illegal later. That's just not how it works. But apparently, who knew? Canada, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can just say, "Hey,
those nice young looking, happy-go-lucky guys."
Oh man, psych! Hey, do that. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what goes on there. And there's apparently going to be a truckers convoy.
They're talking about down here, so I don't know.
I don't know. I saw different possible routes. Is it routes or routes? You're in.
Yes. It's either or.
Either or.
Yep.
Routes. So I saw. I saw one of them that comes I-10, and I think it's I-10. I think it passed through Baton Rouge. I think it would pass. Want to be out there with a Dr. Pepper and Hershey in his hand.
That's right. It's right over there. Highway 1 goes right under I-10.
You could.
Right over
we would have to do. You'd have to.
We could do live from the scene.
Live from the truckers protest. Of course, just the fact that I've said this, they'll probably pull this podcast off the. Right. We're just reporting, that's all we're doing. We're just,
we have a couple truck stops as customers, man. I could get some inside scoop on that.
We're just reporting because we just found out the world doesn't trust anybody anymore, nor they should. Nobody in media you want to trust. I mean, you can trust our friend Rick because he doesn't really report the news. He does
some features.
He does the feel good, touchy stuff where he gets to lie down on the ground, and he's big on that. He's big, he lies down in dirty stuff.
He likes those artistic shots. Otherwise, he's passing gas in the live truck. So
pretty much, that's that's my generation. That's our friends. But so the world has come to rely on the Dave and Juan podcast.
That's right, man.
Tell them what's going on.
Nothing but reliable info right here.
Man, we don't make it up. You know why we don't make it up? We think it's true when we're telling you. And that's as good as it being true.
Now, speaking of news, here was some good breaking news. I don't know if it was good, but at LSU yesterday, a bunch of kids were eating dinner in the cafeteria, and lo and behold, a coon falls out the ceiling.
A buddy of mine sent me that today. It said,
it's hilarious. Here, I have some of the quotes. This girl says, I'm just scared that my bag has a disease. Right now, it's funny to look back at it, but at the moment, I was traumatized. My appetite is definitely gone.
Like, are you assuming the accent? That could have just as well been. That could have just been somebody from the Bayou, bro.
That's right.
LSU's got people from the LSU got people that sound like us too. Yeah, I got news for you. I don't think they eat in the cafeteria. They probably eat at, the 7-Eleven, but cafeteria, man, you got to have like a meal ticket for that. That's
Let me tell you about some people who sound like us right here.
How big you think about, and you got to, I'm sad to tell anybody this, but wherever you're eating food in these big industrial, whether it's a cafeteria, whether it's large restaurants, small restaurants, whatever, sorry, rodents find their way in. Now,
that coon was probably the cleanest thing that had.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Raccoon falls down. It's like, I've seen raccoons clean themselves.
Yeah, he could have been sitting in that ceiling licking his paws before
y'all didn't see the 3 rats he walked over to fall through that hole. I'm just saying, those rats got it figured out. Like, yeah, no. Let that dumb raccoon fall down there. So what are you saying? You said you
I was saying earlier today I was going through some stuff, just client contact lister.
Because you're at work. That's what
because I'm at work. And I happened to notice, I'm trying to just generate a report on email. That's all boring, so never mind. But I come across these 2 names. And keep in mind, a lot of the people who own convenience stores or operate convenience stores, haven't been in this country for a long time.
Gotta watch it, because look at Simpsons, they pulled Apu.
Yeah.
Right? The famous they pulled, owner was Apu.
Well,
you got any Apus on there?
Nah, probably so. A lot of people whose name begin with the letter A.
A lot of A's.
These 2 guys, again, it's just their email address. I won't give the whole thing. The first one is Poteet. So Poteet's pit stop.
Poteet.
So yes, that's got to be Cajun.
Poteet? But
then I go 2 down, and I said this one is for sure somebody from down the bayou. Puddinhead.
It's not the bayou, man. Puddinhead's not the.
Dude, that's a good Cajun nickname, man. Puddinhead.
That's the name of the establishment?
No, that's just the dude's email.
That's the dude's email, Puddinhead.
Yeah, so it's just like his name. Puddinhead.
I tell you what, you send him a direct email asking, what is your Puddinhead? It's like my friend Raleigh wants us to get the guys from whoever in Japan is listening to okay, we'll get them right on here.
All right. Yeah. I don't know how we'd call them.
Yeah, if you'd had somebody on there like their emails like Bjork230 at AOL.
I tell you, my son went to had a couple of Japanese kids in his name that were both named Kazuki. When he was in high school or all through school, and I guess Kazuki was like John in Japan because it's apparently a fairly common name. So
right.
They just called him Kazuki 1 and Kazuki 2.
Kazuki 1, Kazuki 2. Well, like I said, you got the most you got one of the most popular names in the world right now, I think, right?
That's right. Well, it wasn't when I started, but God knows I've influenced it.
Yeah, I used to meet a lot of Daves. I don't really meet a ton of Daves or Davids anymore, and nobody under say 30 or 40. Speaking of which, I'm just kind of jumping around there talking about age. So I'm at the gym. Yes, the same gym with all the pasty, naked old white
naked old people.
They're still there. They're still there. They're still rocking it. I have no idea.
Where else would they be?
Man, I just, it's not a phase. It's a lifestyle. Apparently it's you just gotta, okay. People that stand naked in front of their lockers, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, when you're changing or doing whatever you're doing, there'll be times where you will be, as we like to say down the bayou, too new, bro. You're going to be too new, not a little new, too new. You know, but you kind of stage that, right? You like somebody with I don't say if it's manners, just maybe self-awareness. I'm gonna limit the amount of time that I'm standing naked in a public. And again, I guess it's not totally public because it's the men's locker room, but I'm gonna, I'm gonna limit. Right. My attitude is there's a handful of people in the world that deserve to see this naked. Right. I mean, handful, and they probably don't. All right, so it's just silly to
deserve for a
100%.
variety of reasons.
They didn't get that with their gym membership. It wasn't. They didn't. So anyway,
it's like, okay, work out here for a year, achieve a certain level, and you get to walk around naked at will.
That's right. So, but anyway, it just drives me nuts. They're just literally standing there naked in front of their. Stop. Okay, so I go to the it's not the steam room, it's the sauna, because the steam room is the one, sauna, and the sauna's bigger, and it's always got men and women in there, and but everybody's got clothes on, or at least the men have
covered.
The men have covered what needs to be covered, and some people come in there they're full, basically dressed. That always drives me crazy. Like, you want to sweat through your clothes? What are you doing?
And then you have a change, and
but here's what's funny. So I typically get in there, even though I probably shouldn't. With so the earbuds I use, I know are waterproof and everything, and I'm sure they can take heat. But you probably shouldn't have your phone in there, but I bring it in, anyway. But so I'm usually listening to either talk radio or music, and I do my time in there. I don't talk to anybody. I hate, and I get annoyed. But this guy was kind of semi-crowded. This guy walks in, and he looks older. Looks about my age, and he was kind of still fully dressed, basketball shoes and stuff on. He sits down there, he starts talking. He knows everybody, dapping up everybody. I'm like, oh. Sits down next to me and starts talking to somebody. Yeah, playing. My team lost, but I got to come in here because if I cool off, I can't start again. Once I stop and I start laughing, and I hear that through the music, through the talk radio I'm listening to. So I look at him, I smile. I had to get involved in this conversation because I've said that to people before. It's like, we get to a certain age, you can go at it, but you can't stop. Once you stop. So I smile. I look at him. I said, oh man, I know what you're talking about. I said, once I'm warmed up, if I get unwarm, it's over. He goes, oh yeah. He's playing with some young guys. He said, yeah, I'm the oldest guy out there. And we start talking about old school. And I'm like, yeah, and being old, and the old. And then, oh yeah. You get to our age, man. You can't do it too much, or whatever. And he said, well, you heard how old I was. I'm like, no. He says, I'm 49. I started laughing. I said, dude, you a kid? You're talking about 49. I could stop and start again when I was 49.
You're not that much older than 49.
Dude, he would have been in 7th grade when I graduated. Okay. I mean, not you're thinking, I don't know how old he'd have been when, his mom and dad would have been dating when you graduated.
Right. He was, his parents could have been in elementary school when I was born.
But that's so funny. I'm sitting next to this guy, and we're talking like we're a couple of old grandpas, and like, I can't move, being old. And you find out that dude's 7 years younger. You're like, oh.
Yeah, you figured you had him.
Yeah. That's when you say, well, look, dude, the future's bright. Look at
yeah, look, 7 years, you still be good. Look at this.
You still you be in here hurting just like but
whereas I see people who have hair that resemble the hair I used to have back when I was young. I said, look, I just want you to know this is your freaking future.
Or not.
Look at yourself in the mirror, man. Fat and bald.
Enjoy it. Oh man. Oh, what's the other thing we call? Because we're one step ahead of the news, man. You said this a week or two ago.
I know what you're talking about.
But the only thing there was not going to be a shortage of was avocados.
Right, because it was controlled by the Mexican cartel.
And I joked at the time. I said,
you thought I was just making that up.
And I thought, well, that's probably because these avocados are full of fentanyl. I'm sure that's what's but apparently there's been some activity.
Right, man. We dropped that podcast and suddenly they're shutting down avocado.
Well, they want trade. To. I think FDA people are getting threatened and shot at, or there's some. How bad do you need the guacamole, people?
Apparently, some people need it really bad. I've heard a lot of people complaining about that already.
I think guacamole is the most overrated. I mean, I know
I'm not a guac guy. I like saying guac, but
sounds good.
Yeah, I'll order something and say, "Hold the guac,"
and they're shocked. You know what I'm saying? That really is funny. It really, like, I'll go eat out with people that are just, or it comes on your plate anyway. Yeah, if you and you're not eating your guac. It looks disgusting and it tastes worse. I
Yeah.
mean,
Not a
you
guac
can
guy.
have it. You can have it. Now don't mess with my pico de gallo. That's it, you know, or the yellow rice. It's all good.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not a yellow rice guy either. I like the brown rice.
Hey, mix it up. Get the
Yeah.
you can get the sauces in there. It's all good. So it's not a weenie spaghetti, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So so the map on the wall behind you there, is that a current map, or is that an ancient
Yeah.
map, or
No, I think it's current.
okay?
Yeah. Again, I don't know too much about geography, so
Can you find Ukraine on that bad boy? Because that's apparently
yeah, it's
that's what's funny.
Ukraine, right? Kazakhstan.
There you go. For those of you at home, Juan is,
I found it the other day, man. So it's on there.
Here's what's funny. Well, it's not funny. It's kind of sad because people are talking about all the nonsense going on. So apparently, I read something funny today, and I guess it's kind of political to say it, but it was a meme or something where it says, that Putin was going to be reprimanding his officers that missed the U.S. deadline for attacking or something like that. Like they were. I've never seen something like this where they basically he's like, give me time. Yeah, we think at Wednesday at 10 o'clock they're gonna. And I don't know. I don't know jack about any of this stuff, but I'm thinking to myself, okay, do you think if a country is going to attack another country, do you call it by the?
Yeah, yeah, it's on my calendar.
And they're given, we think we think it's gonna happen. They're gonna wake up in the morning, have a nice breakfast, probably do a little calisthenics, catch a little bit of The View, not a lot because they don't like Joy Behar, but they're gonna watch a little bit of The View, and they're gonna load up and come on in and take over the country. I mean, they're calling it.
Yeah,
like that.
They've got a 30-minute alert set on their Outlook calendar just so they don't forget.
Ding. I got it. So what got me about that, and that's why I'm joking about it, is that you hear all this stuff, and I think again maybe at a different time we'd have been more paying attention to it. But you find anybody and say, you know what Ukraine is?
Yeah,
nobody knows what Ukraine is. Now granted, some of my more astute NPR listening,
yeah,
they're
it's
like,
the value
well,
of Ukraine, I think, is whatever chemicals or whatever they have over there to make bombs, I would think.
I don't other stuff, man. It's a confused life. Used to be a lot easier when we just did everything here.
Did you watch?
You dug it out of the ground.
The
here.
Olympics and like the opening ceremonies. I think the funniest thing in the world was Putin's just sitting there chilling like it's no big deal. But the Russian team is really the Russian Olympic Committee because they cheat, so they don't let them have country representation.
I almost admire, and I say you gotta be careful how you say this. I almost admire the baller moves that some of these people.
Right.
It's like we don't care.
Right. It's like total bravado.
We coming, we cheating. We've injected these athletes with so much. We don't even know what's in them. We don't even know. I mean, like we found stuff in a closet the other day, and we said, stick that in 3 of them and see what happens.
It could work. This ice skater chick, it's basically, she had like a drug cocktail is what they're detecting her.
Well, she came in fourth. You saw that?
Did they dump her down, or was that her score?
She came in fourth. She scored like I think that happened today because they were talking about such a thing, right? So if this person who we've caught drugging wins or in the top 3, they weren't going to have a medal ceremony. Oh man, it's like telling somebody, don't you steal that because I'm going to tell you to put it back.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to put it back, but I'm going to tell you to.
I'm going to tell you to. I'm not going to do anything about it. We just won't let anybody else buy anything.
Yeah, but apparently she magically came in fourth. Magically.
Nice.
That's the thing about, and that's here's 2 old guys complaining, but it's always been my complaints about any sport that requires. Let me rephrase that. Anything they call a sport that requires a judge.
Yeah.
To give you points is not a sport.
Yeah, it's all subjective.
It's athletic. It's athletics. It's extremely hard. You know what I'm saying? Like these people that I can remember when we were growing up, doing two, like whatever they you know, the ice skaters, they do two rotations. You were like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Now they're
I,
popping four at a
I
time.
believe they can fly. Now it's it's just insane what they do. But still, it's somebody. It's the old joke, right? The East German judge back in
Yeah.
9-9,
Uh,
9-8. East German judge. That's about a 7.2. Not too
now I
bad.
haven't oddly enjoyed watching some curling, which
Man,
is the dumbest thing in the world, but I'll sit and watch it.
funniest thing about that are the memes. There's one out there of the U.S. Curling team, and it's four guys that look like they just walked out of Hooters.
Yeah.
It's four guys that, you know, they came out of bowling league. They had their bowling league, and then they went to Hooters, and now they're taking pictures. And I've not watched a second. Not a. But anything I've seen from the Olympics has been accidental. It's been
Yeah.
I forgot.
I watch the first few days and then I can get over it.
It's still going on.
I think.
Well, here I
so.
am. I just said that somebody competed today.
By the time this airs, it's going to be done for sure.
You sure?
We watched some of the opening ceremony, which I found quite odd because music that they played, it was very symphonic music. You know, the first one, and I know there's a different name for this, but I call it the theme from the Lone Ranger.
William Tell Overture.
Yeah.
You just flaunt my music.
Well, I knew you would know it.
There you go.
And another one that I knew was the graduation song.
You got me on that one. What's that? Dun, 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 dun. No. What's the graduation song?
I don't know. It was a long time ago. I forgot.
What was your graduation song?
Oh, like the class song.
Yeah. Nobody ever had ours. I forget who came up with it. It was a great song.
Well, ours is not on Spotify because it was "We May Never Pass This Way Again" by Crosby, Stills and Nash.
I think they brought him back on. Neil Young's music is getting them bunch of lying. Don't trust anybody but Dave and Juan, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. Yeah, they started some of the. I don't know if it's all back there, but most of Neil Young songs are back on Spotify. He didn't even own them. It wasn't even. He doesn't even have the right to pull them off. Again, we should have known. Where's Neil Young from? Canada. So let me just take back everything I said. I'm rattling off all these wonderful people saying I cannot believe the same country that gave us Corey Hart, Bryan Adams, Shania Twain, Celine Dion, and Neil Young.
Yeah, Young. Dud in every group, man.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
I don't know.
So what was yours? Okay, no, our class song was "Ever Since the World Began." It's Survivor. Right?
Oh Lord,
I know.
Well, my song was like 8, 9 years old by the time I graduated.
Oh, ours was probably pretty. And nobody. Here's the funny thing about our class. I do remember this. We had a vote. So I think what happened is they just handed out blanks you write down the songs, and I guess they tabulated them, and then I don't know if there was a second vote or what happened, but I remember that's for class song, and I put Marvin Gaye "Sexual Healing." I just thought that would be the funniest thing at a graduate. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get down tonight. Ooh, when I get that feeling. I just thought that would have been good. Didn't make the top 5.
I think I wanted "Come Sail Away" by Styx because that was
everybody had
about
that song.
current then.
That was our because our class shirts that we got whenever was Sailing Free in '83. Come sail away.
Yeah, shirts.
I hope those guys. I don't know what they're going to sell their music category. Not category. Their music
Catalog.
It's a cat word.
Catalog.
Catalog.
Yeah. Just go music cat.
Music cat. They should, because they got. I was thinking about that the other day when you're hearing, Sting sold for so much, and you got to figure who's out there that's got catalogs that got to be, pretty. I'm gonna tell you one that I think is like massive that you wouldn't people say, oh no, ABBA. What you think the ABBA music catalog would go for?
Yeah, about $1.50.
Oh, you a lot. Don't you be a hater, man. Don't you be a hater. That's you know what you've never heard them play at a protest to break it up? An ABBA song. Because you start blaring ABBA, dude, you can
creates peace.
Oh, peace and harmony and happiness. And choreography. I mean,
that's what. Okay, we'll get you, to dance on one of our podcasts to an ABBA tune. That'd be great.
That'd be great for me too, because I can tell you I wouldn't know what would come out because that's just because you don't choreograph.
Right, you'd be freestyling it, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Just go with the feels.
You said the music move you, man. just dancing queen, go with it, man. Waterloo. What's the other one?
Impressive, man. Impressive.
I told you that before. My son, who's the singer now, he's about to be the lead in opera at college.
Oh, yeah.
First time he starts getting not nailed, but like called out for singing when he was a kid. Teacher saying, "Oh yeah," because before a cafeteria, before they go eat lunch, they do a bathroom break, wash their hands, and he was singing ABBA in the bathroom. Wow. They said, "Yeah, he's pretty good. Your son sings ABBA in the bathroom."
Listening to my albums.
Apparently, that might have been playing at the house at the time. Don't hate.
So we're talking about things that go on at school. So my wife is a teacher, as I've talked about before, and on Valentine's Day, let me back it up a little bit. So she teaches special needs kids, and about
he going to heaven. Don't know about you. Maybe she get you in.
Yeah, she can. Yeah,
get you in on the buddy pass.
But so apparently this little boy, was working the playground on Monday, which was Valentine's Day, asking a variety of girls if they would be his Valentine.
Okay, that's a baller move.
Hey, and so he found one that said sure. Well, the next day, so she's his Valentine, so they're out at recess again, hanging out. And then they're planning their recess date for later that day. For the afternoon recess, they're going to have a date. But so as recess was ending, little dude tells little girl, "I think we need to take this to the next level."
He does not.
He does. And so I'm not.
This is the day after Valentine's,
right? But he asked her for his Valentine's Day, so the next day, they were trying to. It's okay.
You already took it next level if it's the day after Valentine's.
Right. Where are we gonna go from here? And so they watch this on, and I'll let you know how they all figured out. So they watch this on security camera. And you see your boy. It's like recess is ending. And he's trying to make everybody else leave the area, except him and the little girl. And so if anybody comes back, he shoos them away and he gets aggravated.
I just want to stop you right now and say this is taking a Juan Seminole turn.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, I've listened to so many stories where I'm smiling and I'm thinking,
sweet.
You like that priest last week that just like rakes us through, because I'm always like, oh man, Juan's telling a good story, and then there's something horrific coming up. But thank you.
It's very sweet. So when the last people round the corner, she goes and gives him a kiss on the cheek. Again, sweet. And then a little later, I guess at the next recess, one of the PE coaches saw a bunch of boys around him. And he thought maybe they were picking on him. So he went, asked the little boy if he was okay, if anybody was being mean to him. And your boy probably stood up and said, "No, man, I'm telling him about my first kiss."
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, man, he's a baller, taking it to the next level.
Baller. Oh, man, he did better than any Valentine I ever did in my life.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, boy. So you're on the what would it be now? The 4th day of Valentine's. I know every day is Valentine's Day over there.
Well, it's like the whatever day of the year it is.
By the way, I'm just noticing the birds behind you of
they changed color.
It's my sun's falling. Juan has to go spend time with the chocolate cartel.
Yeah,
and we look forward. To they got free samples, bro.
Damn right they got samples, man.
You got my address. You got my address. That's all I'm saying. All right, on the happy on the happy baller story.
That's right.
Yeah.
Taking this to the next level.
All right. It's that time. We push the button. Yeah. And see if any of this stuff stuck to tape. Hopefully it did. If it didn't, you wouldn't know because we ain't doing it again this week.
Yeah.
We just have it
I
out
just
there.
looked up to make sure it was recording.
Yeah. Coming up on a year, man. We have to have some kind of year celebration.
I know.
We need to do something. I'm going to drop in like 50. I'm going to drop in like 50 Cent.
Upside down.
Upside down. Shows you how clueless I am. I guess he did that in a video. Apparently that was a video move.
Yeah, I think the
was.
video for that song.
Yeah, I had no idea. I'm like, who is that rather chunky guy hanging upside down right there?
$1.50.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fitty got some inflation working there, but good for him. Good for him. All right, those of you that want to reach us outside of social media, you know where everybody can get in your business. It's Dave and Juan. It's only one you in there, but we say Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. Mr. Semino. Do you have your sheet today? Probably don't.
I don't, but I just thought about that. I'm gonna have to wing it here.
We're not even, I no promise of what logos are gonna pop up because he's
Just
go at it.
We are on YouTube where hopefully you're watching us. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, hit the little bell so you can get alerted whenever we drop a new podcast. Okay. We're also on Facebook podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, as we mentioned earlier, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and a couple other ones.
Listen Notes,
and Podbay.
There you go. Don't you forget Listen Notes and Podbay, man. Every now and then, I'll just randomly check them, but I think they're there. So,
and one question I got somebody, my friend Gene, who listens to every podcast we do, sent me a note and said, I've been wondering who the girl is that's taking a pie in the face, and what's the relevance of that on the intro.
Was that Claudia?
No, it wasn't Claudia. I think her name is Leslie. I couldn't believe that he noticed anything besides just how freaking ripped I was in that.
You had no shirt on.
That's right, man. I was ripped.
No shirt on.
Now you'll never see a photo of me for sure.
I did. I mean, it looks like an abusive picture, but it was all in good fun.
Right. For those who don't know, Dave and I used to work together in radio, and that started in college. And that photo was from a picnic that we had with the broadcast media people, competed in fun drinking picnic games against the print people. And obviously we won. And so the prize was I got to put a pie in the. Oh,
is that what happened? I didn't even know that was I just thought you randomly decided to deck that girl with a pie. That was part of the bet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was it. So her name is Leslie, I think.
I feel better about it already. I just figured that was you being, a misogynist. And I can't even say the word misogynist. That's how we want to close a podcast out. Meek saying
misogynist.
Remember that time you decked that girl with a pie?
Yeah. Thank you, Gene, for always watching and for hitting us up with a question.
Yeah. I recall, I think I was wearing an OP shirt.
You were.
Man.
That was like the first time OP was popular.
That's right, man. That's right. Okay. Now, we leave with you. Yeah, that's right. You got to get out of here. Hey, y'all, it's not a suggestion. It's not recommendation. No. Mandate. It's a mandate.
It's required, man.
It's required that you have a fantastic week. However,
pretty soon we're going to make you have a fantastic week card to get in anywhere.
Punch the ticket after your fourth fantastic week. We move to
you might get a booster.
Stop. All right, this podcast is over. Don't get me started. All right. Anyway, have a fantastic week, everybody. Juan, enjoy the chocolate. Love you, man. Bye.
All right, back at you. Yeah. Well.
Actually, I've been a good priest. I think my mom wanted me to be a priest.
Did she? So
I think every mom wants their grandsons to be
You remember I talked earlier months ago about my cousin that was doing a podcast who, was an atheist, and everything in his podcast was screaming and blah, 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 blah. And I used to tell him jokingly, I said, dude, you talk more about God than most pastors I know. Now the boy has found God, and all he posts about is and he knows some stuff. I mean, he drops scriptures like there's no.
Oh more. Yeah, man! Look, man, nobody knows more scripture than somebody that hates it. Yeah. They've been using it as a punchline all this time. And, oh yeah, man! I used to be old line. It's okay if you don't believe in God. God believes in you. All right?